Hi friends! So, fun story about this reaction. By fun story, I mean not really fun at all. I posted my reaction earlier today, and it did get claimed, which I was like, okay, that's nothing new, because when I reacted to episode 1, same thing, it got claimed. I couldn't monetize, but it was, visible. But I did notice that it got claimed by iQIYI this time versus when I reacted to episode 1, it was claimed by, I think, Web TV Asia. So I don't know why. I watched them in the same place. I don't know why two different episodes are being claimed by two different companies. But iQIYI has, like, geo-blocked my reaction. So any people outside of like Asian countries can't see it, which is no good to you guys because I feel like the majority of my followers are not in Asian countries. And I've noticed that all of the reactions to episode 2 that I am able to find on YouTube when I go search for them are in Asian countries. And other reactions, like I know Shaki posted his reactions shortly after the episode aired. But when I follow the link to take me to his reaction, I get the same error message that I got online that iQIYI is blocking it in my location. So I don't know if this is a new protocol moving forward. I don't know if there's been a change. I don't know if there's someone I need to email or a form I have to fill out like with GMM TV. I don't know, because episode 1 didn't have this issue. I don't think any of the reactors had this issue with episode 1, so I don't know if this is a change moving forward. I don't know. But in the meantime, I guess I'm going to have to move my reactions to Khemjira over to Patreon, which kind of sucks because I've been really excited about this series, and I'm trying to make these reactions as accessible to people as I possibly can, but I'm also trying not to get my channel shut down, because one company decides that they're going to copyright an episode and not another episode. It's just too risky right now. So I'm going to try and do some sort of mask and edit on this episode just so I can put something out on YouTube. And yeah, if the rules change in the future, then I will continue posting reactions to this on YouTube. And if not, then I'll just have to continue posting to Patreon. But I tend to be watching them on my stream over on Twitch. So if you're free anytime on Twitch, Monday or Friday evenings, come join me, and maybe you get to watch it live with me and don't have to worry about watching it on YouTube. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Enjoy the video. Okay, so the chat has voted, and they decided that next they want to dive into episode 2 of Khemjira, so that's what we're going to do. Episode 1 was a great start. It was a great start. I feel like the just general consensus that I've seen online, myself included, is that episode 1 was really, really good. It was really good, refreshingly so. And we're hoping, we are praying to the BL gods or the BL devils, whichever one can get the job accomplished, that this series stays on task. It stays on task. It remains as good as it started. It keeps this momentum moving forward, and for the love of God, doesn't just stall halfway, 3/4 through, and then find 12 episodes to be too long. We are praying. We're praying to Jesus. Thai Jesus or Thai devil, whichever one can get the job done. Fight it out. I don't care. But we're going to dive into episode 2, and we're going to see where the things go with the things of the things. You guys let me know about volume. 1 hour and 17. This is a long boy. He's a long boy. Yeah, small raging. I too will be crushed if it ends up like something else that shall remain nameless. Like if it goes from being something that I've been so excited about and potentially could be one of my favorites of the year to just being okay, I will be upset. Again. Why does he look familiar? Why do I know him? Who he? His face is very familiar. Oh, it's Pat G? He looks 12. I mean, Pat G also looks 12, but like, this feels like an actual child. Ooh. Ooh, not the smoke blood. Oh, Patchy, he a ghosty? Oh. See, I thought that was supposed to be like the past version of the fine-ass exorcist. Okay, he's not a ghosty. Never mind.
ว่าไงน้องเขาสิตายบ่
I mean, we all are.
มันก็ตายกันทุกคนนั่นแหละมันเป็นเรื่องของกรรมแต่ว่าเจ้ากรรมในเวรของบักน้อยนั่นน่ะแม่แต่กูยังเอาบ่อยู่
แม้แต่พ่อใหญ่ก็ซอยเขาบ่ได้
แต่ว่าไม่ต้องห่วงหรอกบักน้อยๆนั่นน่ะมันยังสิมีอายุยาวเป็นอีก10 ปีโดนกว่ากูอีกแต่กว่าจิหอดข้าวมันเนาะตอนนั้นกูก็คือสิบ่อยู่แล้วล่ะ
ถึงตอนนั้นค่อยสิซอยน้องเขาเอง
And that was the start of their love story.
กูบอกมึงหลายเทื่อแล้วให้คล้องตัวเป็นหมอถ้ำสายขาวคอยปกป้องดูแลหมู่บ้านของเฮาหมอสายดำแบบกูไปยุ่งกับเรื่องพวกนั้นก็จนแม่มึงก็ตายไปคนแล้วสัญญากับปูว่าสิบ่ไปยุ่งเกี่ยวกับเจ้ากรรมนายเวรไผเด็ดขาด
I mean, maybe just let him dabble a little bit,
สัญ
you
ญาบ่
know?
พลัน
No, black magic never hurt nobody. I mean, it probably has, but like, you know. Blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. Blacker the magic, the... I don't know.
คอยสัญญา
It's a DIY saying. Fill in the blank yourself. Got that saying from IKEA. You do the work. Shadow People remind you of the Untamed. I can see it. It's like, you ain't getting into this home, Moon. No, baby. See, I see this sort of like barrier go up, and I think of Buffy season 5, and I'm like, when's Glory gonna come and just punch a hole through this? And do you guys think there's a connection between Ben and Glory? Only some of you will understand what I'm talking about. Yes, we love a prepared writing staff. We love a prepared production staff. We love people who do their research when going into a series like this. And don't just like start making up stuff and like, yep, this seems fine. Because you don't want to offend people who are actual practitioners of this stuff. Yes, Buffy is getting a reboot. I have mixed feelings about it. Most of them stem from my just general disinterest in most of the series and film reboots that have come out over the last decade or so, unnecessarily. There's some things I'm like, you can just let them exist fine in the past. They're like, no, let's reboot this, and then they reboot it poorly. And I'm like, well, you just didn't have to waste time, energy, or money on this, but you did. Nostalgia grabs.
หากูอยู่หรือ
No.
ส่งไอ้
I'm looking for him
กูเสียดีๆแล้วกูจักปล่อยทุกคนไป
เด็กคนนั้นไปทำอะไรให้ปล่อยเขาไปไม่ได้หรอ
ไม่ใช่เรื่องที่มึงจักต้องรู้
หากยังคงผูกจิตแค้นก่อกรรมทำเขียนต่อไปมันจะไม่เป็นผลดีทั้ง
มึงหุบปากกูจักทำการอันใดกูไม่ใช่ธุระกงการกระไรของมึงจักยอมส่งมันมาให้กูหรือจักอยากลองดีกับกู
But like, can we make a deal?
ปู่ของมึงทำอะไรกูไม่ได้
Like,
เด็กปากไม่
maybe you can have him on weekends and I get to keep him on weekdays?
อย่าได้อาจมาต่อกรกับกูเพราะถึงอย่างไรกูจักไม่ยอมรามือจากมันเด็ดขาดกูจักทรมานมันไปจนกว่าจะถึงเวลาที่กูต้องการมึงฝืนชะตามันไม่ได้ดอก
His skin is glowing. He is beautiful. Showing off the length of the neck. And y'all know I love me a long neck. And the jawline. It's just so much beauty. He's a beautiful man. Feet for Sean. I know I probably said it during my reactions to DMD friendship when Nanping was there. He has just like these beautiful, full, pouty lips. Like, he's so pretty. So pretty. And of course, he's got a beautiful jawline too. And again, if you've watched my reset reactions, like, and I fawn over Pond in his clavicle area, there's something about just this area, the neck to the collarbone, that I just find so attractive on men and women.
พระสัมมาสัมพุทธเจ้าทุกพระองค์
He activated the Hanmun. Come on, Smoky Eye. You and me both, Army Gene. Like, the way the shirt he's wearing right now, because it's not like the normal tie button analogy where the cleavage is all the way down to his navel. Like, it's very just widely cut, but it's showing me all of the clavicle and the neck, which again is one of the parts of the body I think is so incredibly beautiful on both men and women. And when he was talking, like, he's talking, you see him breathing, and you can just like see it flexing around his clavicle. I'm just like, sir, calm down. I'm a child of God. Stop corrupting me.
ขอบคุณนะครับ ที่ทำให้ผมมีชีวิตมาจนทุกวันนี้ แล้วพ่อแม่ของพ่อครูล่ะครับ
เสียไปนานแล้ว ก่อนพ่อใหญ่กูอีก
Hug? But we're probably not in a place yet where we can hug each other, but it felt like a hug kind of moment.
พ่อครูก็คงผ่านเรื่องลำบากมาเหมือนกันสินะครับ
Novel's pretty slow burn. And that's fine. I have no problem with a good slow burn.
เธอเฝ้ามา มันขาดไม่ใช่หรอถอดออกมา เดี๋ยวเปลี่ยนสายให้
My pants are also broken. And see, if the story is written well enough, I don't need romance. I've said that so many times about so many different series. If the story and the world building is done well enough, romance would be nice, but like I don't need it. It isn't a requirement.
ไม่รู้สิตั้งเยอะ
But this being a BL series, I imagine that they are going to deviate from the novel a little bit and incorporate romance a little faster.
ไหนดูหน่อย
เนี่ยดอกบัวนี่ก็สีแปลกๆไหมอ่ะแกว่าไง
เราว่าสวยแล้วนะ แต่ว่าน่าจะต้อง
เห็นรูปที่เข็มวาดยังสวยมาก
See, he fine too.
รูปนี้ดูละเอียดมากเลยครับ โดยเฉพาะผู้หญิงในรูปใบหน้าดูอ่อนโยนมากเลยครับ
Thank you.
เราเอาแบบมาจากรูปของแม่เราอะ
ถ้าท่านได้เห็นคงปลื้มใจน่าดูเลยนะครับ
Oh, thank you. I'm gonna go off in the corner and cry now.
คุณเขมไม่ได้อยู่กับคุณแม่แล้วสินะครับ ขอโทษที่ปากพร่อยครับ ขอแสดงความเสียใจด้วยนะครับ
ไอ้ชาญลุกขึ้น
Please stop
แก
talking.
นี่ก็เวอร์อีกคนนึงแล้วนะ โทษทีอย่าเข็มค่ายนี้มีแต่คนแปลกๆอ่ะ
ไม่เป็นไรหรอก
But at least he's a cute weirdo.
แม่เราก็
That's
เสี
my
ยไปนาน
favorite
แล้ว
kind of weirdo.
ผมชาญวิทย์จิตวิทยาปี 3 ครับ เพิ่งเคยมาค่ายอาสาครั้งแรก ยินดีที่ได้รู้จักครับคุณเขม
โหทำไมทางการจังเลยอ่ะยินดีที่ได้รู้จักครับ
I ship it.
แพ้ครับ เสร็จยัง
You guys like Topher, this isn't revenge love. You can't ship every person on
ไม่
screen
ได้ว่าทั้งหมดหรอก
together.
เปนี่ฝีมือคุณศิลปินเอกเข็มจีรา
แข่งจีราอ๋อ คนนี้ไงมึง ที่เขาว่าเป็น
Hello,
ผู้ชายแต่
tattoos.
ชื่อเหมือนผู้หญิงไง
เอาจริงถ้าบอกเป็นทอมก็เชื่อเนี่ย สวยขนาดนี้
จริงเพื่อน
ยุคนี้แล้ว การวิจารณ์รูปลักษณ์แล้วก็เพศสภาวะของคนอื่นน่ะมันไม่สมควรทำหรือเปล่าครับ
จริงจังไปไหมเพื่อนเพราะกลัวแค่ชมเขียนว่าน่ารักเฉยๆอะ
Like I say, did they?
คิดซะว่าเป็นคำชมนะมึง มีอะไรให้ช่วยก็บอก เฮ้ย ทำอะไรวะ
มึงเอามือออกใหญ่เข็มเลยเว้ย
Okay, this music tells me I'm not supposed to like these guys.
เฮียอะไรวะน่ะ
And I guess the fact that he has tattoos means he's a bad
แต่
guy.
ต้องไม่ได้อ่ะ ฮะ
He's a tough
นี่
guy. We
เรา
can't
ว่า
trust
ถ้า
him.
พวกเตทำงาน
But I
กัน
ship
เสร็จ
it.
แล้วอะไปช่วยตรงนู้นดีกว่าเนาะรุ่นพี่เรียกเราอะไปดิ ไปดิ ไปดิ
วะ
ไปดิ
Yes, come on, thruple.
มันทำอะไรมึงบ้าเข็ม
No?
โหทรงอย่างนักเลงไม่แน่จริงนี่หว่า
Did they?
ใครกันแน่ที่ทรงนักเลง
เขาแค่มาทักทายอะเจดเราก็ต้องมีเพื่อนใหม่บ้างไหม
แล้วนี่ใคร เพื่อนใหม่อีกเหรอ
Yes. And your future boyfriend.
ผมก็ยืนอยู่ตรงนี้ ไม่ถามเองละครับ จริงๆแล้ว ถ้าอยากรู้จักใคร ก็ต้องแนะนำตัวก่อนหรือเปล่า เอ้ากวนตีนละ
I mean, but did he lie? Did he lie?
โอ้ยเป็นอะไรกันอีกเนี่ยนี่ชาญ
Exact. See, the chat is
Video
learning.
wow.
I ship it.
เด็กจิตวิทยา ส่วนนี้เจดเพื่อนสนิทเราเองอะไหนๆก็มาค่ายเดียวกันแล้วอะ
Kiss?
ก็รู้จักกันไว้ก็ดีกว่านะ
Oh. So since we're all here together, we can kiss? I mean, it's a great motto, though. Okay, it's a great motto.
ค่ายนี้มีแต่คนแปลกๆจริงด้วย
ล่ำบักพร้าวของดีเมืองอุบลที่กรุงเทพไม่
And
มี
see, this is how you know they're bad guys even more. They're drinking
หอ
alcohol.
มมาก
They have tattoos,
นานๆที
and they look
นั่ง
a little
โกง
rough and tumble, and they drink
ม
alcohol.
วนดีนะ
พวกผมคงโกงกันจนซอดแจ้งจริงๆพี่แรกไปนอนก่อนก็ได้พี่ผมเกรงใจ
เฮ้ยอีแล่มันนอนเดึกให้มันเฝ้าอยู่นี่ละเพื่อเรียกไส้มัน
The fuck I will. I'm taking my ass to bed.
จ้าพี่นอนดึก ถ้าขาดเหลืออะไรก็บอกพี่นะ เดี๋ยวพี่เอามาให้เด้อ แต่ว่า
I already don't like
พา
this
กันกิน
man.
เยอะนะ เห็นว่าพรุ่งนี้จะทำงานกันแต่เช้าใช่ไหม
พี่ครับชนดีกว่าพี่
But they don't seem to be like partaking in the massage and it. Like they seem to see him act this way, and they're like, "This don't feel right. I don't like this." Diffuse the situation. Like him, he can get possessed by a demon. That's fine. I'm fine with that. Ask the camera. We love it.
ไม่ให้มึงแดกมึงยังมีหนามาสั่งกูอีกบ่
When did I boss you around? When did this happen?
ไม่ได้สั่งก็บอกซื้อเห็นว่ามืออื่นไอ้เห็นงานแต่
มึงเว่าหลายแล้วกูขามึงผิดซะวะนะ
ไอ้หวาน
มึงกินแล้วไป
He ran into my knife 10 times. Some men just can't handle their arsenic. We had artistic differences. He saw himself alive and I saw him dead.
จะฆ่าเลยเหรอวะ มึงฝันไม่ป้าไอ้ภู
ฝันเหี้ยอะไร กูเห็นพี่วอนแม่งข้างอย่างกับผีเข้าแม่งตีเมียเป็นกระสอบทรายเลย
ตีเมียอะไร
Well, that wasn't possession, that was just abuse. Don't blame the demons for that. That's just an asshole of a human being.
บ้า ไม่ใช่หรอก พี่เขาเป็นคนดีจะตาย
Yes, chat, let's all join hands and curse
ดิ
him.
วันก่อนกูเห็นพี่เขาห้ามหมากัดกันที่วัดอ่ะเขายังไม่กล้าตีหมาเลย
แล้วเมื่อเช้ากูเห็นเขาปกติดีกับเมียอยู่เลยกูว่ามึงมั่วอะไรไอ้ภู
Girl, I mean, I know you guys were drinking last night, but you were there when he was showing all kinds of uncomfortable attitude to his wife.
ถ้าเห็นจริงๆอ่ะก็ควรบอกผู้ใหญ่ ผู้แกนอนบ้านเขาอ่ะถ้าเกิดอะไรขึ้นมันจะยุ่งแล้วเรื่องความรุนแรงในครอบครัว มันไม่ใช่เรื่องเล่นๆนะเว้ย
ใช่ อันนี้ก็ไม่ใช่เรื่องมึงด้วย
หยุด
Okay, I guess he is a bad guy that I'm not supposed to like. Like, what is the issue? Your friend is saying that the place you're staying had domestic violence, and he's saying, if there's domestic violence, you should report it to somebody so that domestic violence stops. He's like, oh, what are you... What? I don't understand you, sir.
รู้แล้วน่าแต่มันไม่รู้ต้องทำยังไงนี่
Do you want the domestic violence or do you not want the domestic violence? What is your stance, sir?
โอ้ยมันจะไปยากอะไรอ่ะ
Daddy like my soup?
อร่อยมากเลยใช่ไหมครับ
ก็พอกินได้อะไม่ต้องปรุงอะไรเพิ่มให้มันยุ่งยาก
แล้วนี่ยืนจ้องฉันขนาดเนี้ยฉันคงกินลงหรอก
What if I sit on your face?
เสื้อเลอะก็ไปเปลี่ยนปะ
Would that help your appetite? Asking for a friend. I'm telling you, that neck. Ugh. I'm weak. He said, girl, this shit good? Let me freaking put a ring on this bitch. Hold up. Hold up. So my grandpa said he ain't scheduled to die for at least like another couple weeks. Maybe I can get some good food out of him before he go.
กินเสร็จเกลี้ยงเลยไหนบอกว่าแค่พอกินได้ไงพ่อครูครับไม่เป็นไรครับเดี๋ยวผมเก็บให้เองครับ
ฝากด้วยอะไรกัน
พ่อครูครับผมขอเวลาสักหน่อยได้ไหมครับ
Can I have a moment with you too?
มีเวลาว่างขนาดนั้นเลยหรอที่ค่ายอาสาเขาไม่มีอะไรให้ทำหรอ
I just wanted a moment. I'm sorry.
ไหนพ่อครูเสกก็เคยช่วยผมไว้ท่านน่าจะทิ้งวิธีแก้คำสาปของผมไว้บ้างนะครับพ่อครูพอจะรู้อะไรบ้างไหมครับ
พ่อใหญ่กูนี่แหละเป็นคนกำชับไว้ว่าไม่ให้ยุ่งกับเจ้ากรรมนายเวรคนอื่น
He did say that.
กูพูดแค่นี้มึงพอเข้าใจนะ
พ่อครูช่วยผมเถอะนะครับนะผมขอร้องละ
He's like, if you help me, I'll give you the antidote to the poison I put in your food. I might be sweet, but I'm crafty. Yes, I very much do. Grandpa's already dead. Don't make no difference to me. Please break your promise and help me. Okay. So let me give you a side part real quick and some glasses. Make Topher feel some type of way. But we don't want Topher to feel too many feelings, so we'll put you in this ill-fitting suit.
คุณช่วยหาบันไดมาให้ฉันหน่อยได้ไหมจ๊ะคือ
Yes, that suit looks quite large on him. But I guess maybe for the time period, maybe they weren't into like super tailoring. I just like a well-fitted suit.
แล้วขอบคุณพี่เขาแล้วโอ้ยหลับแล้วมั้งเนี่ย
Like I need the suit to fit like the Thai police uniforms. That's how felt well I need a suit to fit on a man.
นี่คุณปีนไปช่วยแมวจนตัวเองติดอยู่บนต้นไม้ล่ะ
ก็มันลองน่าสงสารมากนี่คะฉันก็ห่วงแต่จะช่วยมันจนลืมนึกถึงตัวเองไปคุณเองก็รีบช่วยฉันเหมือนกันตอนคุณเงยหน้าขึ้นมาหน้าคุณดูตกใจมากเหมือนกันนะคะขอบคุณนะคะคุณ
ภวัตครับภวัตวงศ์ประดิษฐ์
คุ คุณเภาวัฒน์วงศ์ปฏิษฐ์ชื่อเพราะจังเลยค่ะ
Beautiful name for a beautiful man.
อ๋อ ฉันเข็ม
I'm sure you are.
เข็มมิกาจ้ะ
Ooh,
เดี๋ยวเอาไปแช่ตู้เย็นแล้วก็กินได้
but that's
เลย
just me.
ส่วนอันนี้กับอันนี้เนี่ยมันยังไม่ค่อยเป็น เดี๋ยวเอาไว้นอกตู้เย็นแล้วก็พรุ่งนี้ค่อยเอาเข้าตู้เย็นเด้อ
ไปโดนอะไรมาเหรอครับ
พี่ล้มเฉยๆไม่เป็นไรจ้ะ
Just can't even pretend not to be home. No curtains to shut.
มึงไม่ต้องไปยุ่งเลยนะไอ้เข็ม พี่แรกเขาอาจจะล้มจริงๆก็ได้
ชัดขนาดนั้นเด็กประถมยังดูออกเลยครับ
Yes, like why are you being stupid?
รู้ กูไม่ได้โง่ปะ
Okay.
จะถึงพี่วอนเขาไปตีเมียจริงๆมันก็เรื่องของเขาปะ
But that's how people die. I'm not saying that you have to make it your business, but make it somebody's business.
โดนสิงอะไรครับ
It's like even if you feel like you can't do something to stop it because you're children and whatnot, tell
เ
somebody.
สริงเลยมึง
Yes, if I have to hear about it and it's true, now you've made it my business. I was minding my business. Feet for Sean.
เฮ้ยหลังวันเบาๆแน่ปะมึงตายอดตายอยากไม่ได้ใส่คนนี้
โอ้ย โดนเถื่ออ้าย
What's the wall my ass?
กูเห็นมึงกินทุกมือเลย
Exactly, like what's the wall my ass? Okay, well thank you for doing something, child. Thank you, even if it's unsuccessful, still, thank you for attempting to do something and getting someone to talk to him.
ยังหากันดีอยู่บ่
ก็ฮักกันดี มีปัญหาอย่างไร
บ่มีปัญหาเนี่ยนะผัวเมียกันนี่นะทะเลาะกันเป็นเรื่องธรรมดา กูก็อีแก้วทะเลาะกันบ่อยเลย แต่ห้องผสมควรตบตีเด้
คนยังข่อย มันสิไปตบตีอีอย่างอีแล่มัน กูได้น่ะ
Meow.
เฮ้ย
ผมหมายถึงป้าแก้วที่เป็นแฟนลุงชัยครับที่ป้าแก้วคนที่ให้ผมใจดีมาก
ลุงเข้าใจแล้วจะลุงไปขอบใจหลายเด้อกินหรอปะ
เมียพี่บอก แกให้มาฟ้องลุงชัยเหรอ
About what? You told me there was nothing to be told.
ฟ้องอะไรครับ ผมไม่เข้าใจเลยครับ
เมียกูบอกมึงเหรอ ว่ากูตีมัน
Do you? I mean, technically, she did not.
บักว่า
Do you?
มึงใจเย็นมึงสิเป็นร่วมกับเด็กมันอย่างวะมันบอกเรื่องได้เด้กินเหล้าเลย
ที่เจ้าเอิญข่อยมาถึงนี่ แปลว่าเจ้าเขาคางอีแล่มันนั่นบ่
เฮ้ยบักวอนเอ้าบักห้านี่
ลุงแกก็เลยไปเตือนเขาแล้วทีนี้พี่วอนก็เลยโกรธคิดว่าพี่แรกเขาเรื่องเขาไปฟ้อง ตอนเนี้ยพี่วอนเขาเมาเดินกลับบ้านไปแล้วอ่ะเขากลัวพี่แรกเขาโดนทำร้ายอ่ะ
เชี่ยนี่มึงไปแลกเบอร์ไก่ชามาตอนไหนวะ
โอ้ย
Girl, focus.
ฟังมาตั้งนาน
Focus,
แค่นี้เหรอ
baby.
มันไม่ใช่พอยเลยนะ
Now
เจ๊
is not the time. Focus.
กูก็บอกแล้วไงว่าอย่าไปยุ่งเรื่องของเขา
I don't see how you could be such a good friend and such an awful human being at the same time. What you mean, stay out of this, girl? Shit. Jesus.
ไอ้วอนกินเหล้ามาอีกแล้วเตี้ย
อย่ามาอยู่กับกู
You called for me. What you mean, leave you alone?
ปล่อยกู
You literally came to my room and called for me. What you talking about? Leave you alone.
มึงว่าวมากดังกันบ่กูสิเฮ็ดให้มึงไปฟ้องผู้ใดบ่ได้อีกเลยไอ้วอนเบิ่ง
Yes, girl. Learn to kick him in the balls. Again, if you learn nothing from watching my streams, learn to kick a man in the balls, friends. Yes. Shut your mouth, little boy. Now's not the time.
สาวเถอะพี่บ่ได้เข่าบอกวอนดอก
I am. Plot
คน
twist.
ที่ถูกสิงคืออีเน่
But, like, why would you reveal it? Like, why would you reveal... Like, I would let him continue trying to depossess that one and then kill him from behind. I wouldn't let him know that I'm possessed so that he can start turning his exorcism towards me. Not that that seems to be a problem for her. She's doing pretty well for herself. But still.
อดทนมึงมาได้ตั้งนาน
So exactly like I said in the beginning, he's not possessed. He's just an asshole human being. He's just an abusive asshole human being. Nothing about his situation screamed possessed to me. It screamed asshole misogynistic human being.
ได้ยินกูบ่
พระครูซอยเข็มเนี่ย
มึงฟังกูเด้อ มึงต้องซอยมันให้ได้
It's like, Master, I'm tired of this. Every time I turn around, someone tell me I gotta help him. Can someone else help him? I know he's my best friend, but my God. Someone else gotta be able to help him. Can you all get your nasty ass zombie feet off of me? And like, you're not even like putting down pressure. You're just here like, la di da di da. Look at my pedicure. Get your nasty ass feet off me, child. I mean, I'm sure Sean's in hog heaven, but me can't be bothered.
เป็นไรไหมเนี่ย
I'm intrigued by this fine-ass zombie.
อย่ายืมมือผีสางนั่งไม่ตัวใดไม่แทนสัพเพทวาปีศาจเจวะอลวกาทโยปิยะคักขังตาลปตังทิสวาสัพเพยขาตลปติสัพเพทวาปีศาจเจวะอลวกาทโยปิยะแม่นายกูไม่ปล่อยมึงไว้ดอกทิสวาสัพเพยอลวกาทโยปิยะทวขังตาลปตังทิสวาสัพเพยขา
She's like, ah! Just kidding, bitch. Bye. See, now, I wish that it didn't require almost being killed by your demon-possessed wife to realize that beating your spouse is bad. I wish that weren't the solution in this situation. I wish people just have the general working knowledge that this is bad, and I probably shouldn't do this and wouldn't need supernatural intervention. But, you know.
ขอบคุณนะครับ ที่พี่แรกกับพี่วอนกลับมารักกันได้เนี่ย
I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't say anything along the sort. I wouldn't say anything like that.
มันไม่ง่ายขนาดนั้น
Maybe kindle their love? No, 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 sir, no, no.
มึงปลุกลุงไซแล้วจัดการให้เรียบร้อย
จ้ะพ่อครู
Maybe it's a translation thing. Maybe they picked the wrong word to translate the Thai into English. Maybe something just got lost in the translation. Mo Army Gene, I feel like I say that about in just about everything I react to.
พ่อครูครับ
And sometimes people get on me. They're like, "Why? They're young. They're stupid. They're naive. Weren't you ever young? I feel like you're not giving them enough credit." And I'm like, I was 20 once. I was in high school. I was in university. I didn't do any of this shit.
มันก็เปลี่ยนแปลงตัวเองไม่ได้หรอก
I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I'm like, I can only let age take the blame for so long. I didn't do none of this shit.
สัญญา ไม่ได้หมายความว่ามันจะแก้ไขได้จริง
แต่เขาก็น่าจะกำลังพยายามกันอยู่นะครับยังไงเขาสองคนก็รักกันอยู่นี่
You are far too optimistic, baby boy. I appreciate this naive optimism, but you're
ๆ
working
แค่
a
ความ
nerve.
รักอย่างเดียว
Yes, thank you. Thank you! I've been saying this for years. Listen, if I didn't already want to sleep with you before, I hella do
อ
right
ยู่ด้วยกัน
now.
แล้วมีแต่ปัญหา
Child,
จะอยู่ด้วยกันไปทำไม
please educate this child. Because his naive optimism getting on my damn nerves. It's only episode 2, friends. I shouldn't be this exhausted.
ไปเฮ็ดอีหยังก็ไม่ได้อ้าย
เรื่องนั้นค่อยว่ากัน ตอนนี้นะให้เอกชาตินี่มันพักก่อน
Get some rest. Is no one concerned that he is yet to gain consciousness? Is there a doctor somewhere we can take him to?
เดี๋ยวลุงสิให้บักสามนุ่มนั่นนะอย่าไปพักบางอื่นก่อน
ขอบใจหลายจ้ะลุง
This doesn't feel like a sort of just sleep it off kind of ordeal. This feels like I was knocked out through some means by a demon-possessed woman, tied up, and almost burned alive and have yet to regain consciousness. But
เอง
yes,
บ่ต้องห่วง
I guess everyone just let's stare
โอ้ย
stare.
เราจะเป็นห่วงมันที่อย่างล่ะ มันเป็นยุงเรื่องของข้าเจ้าเอง
Topher's out here worrying about the well-being of this boy, and everyone else in the room is like,
ลาแล้วเด้อสวัสดีครับ
I ship it. Which, valid, I get it. Because again, when that ghost got banished, she didn't seem like she was like fully going, like she was being banished. She felt like she was like, I'm screaming, I'm faking, and then she just stopped and looked and was like,
ขอบใจเลยล่ะเด้อ
bye. So she could have just dematerialized into him. Feet for Sean. And kiss. And kiss. And kiss. And kiss. Anyone. I don't care which two of you do it. Any of you two. I don't care.
บอกว่าจะเข้าไปทำงานในเมืองสักพักหนึ่ง หาเงินใช้หนี้ น่าจะต้องหายใจแรกไปสักพักหนึ่ง
Hey, Daddy Ghost. Was this your lover in the past? Back when you were a woman? Father? Brother? Cousin? Either way, I ship it. He's like, I don't want to hurt you, I just want to touch you. Exactly, me and Mo Armagine, we on the same page. I ship it. I ship this too. And kiss.
ไม่เจอกันนานเลยนะ พี่วัด
And kiss. And kiss. Or fade to black, I guess. I personally would have preferred a kiss, but you know, that's okay. Hey, Pat G, I forgot you were here. Okay, well, that was episode 2 of Khemjira. Interesting choices were made, I think, is the best way I can put it right now. There were choices made that perhaps I wouldn't have made, but that being said, there were still other parts of the episode that I found highly enjoyable. It didn't feel like an hour 17. I will say that. It did not feel like an extended watch time. So that just goes to show how much I'm enjoying the world building and some of the other aspects that we're doing in the series. And there are some things that are bringing up questions and theories in my head right now, which is always fun to try and, you know, figure out these little breadcrumbs they're giving us and see how that fits into this larger puzzle. The domestic situation, I think I saw someone in the chat say, for me, it's not even an issue of them including the abuse or the couple staying together again, because, like someone else said, that is a very real turn of events. That's a reality for a lot of people. Unfortunately, there are a lot of people who are in abusive relationships and they stay with the abuser for a number of reasons, whether they feel like they have nowhere else to go or they feel indebted to them for some reason. They've been sort of like brainwashed or conditioned to be that. They've had their self-esteem torn to shreds and they feel like no other person's ever going to love them and this is all they deserve. Like, there's lots of reasons why people stay with their abusers, and that is just an unfortunate situation. That's an unfortunate reality of the situation. So that in itself doesn't bother me that they're still together. It's very much just the general attitudes that were being shown towards it from the characters in universe. There were, and I can understand to a certain extent. I can understand the idea that this is not my relationship. It's not my business. I shouldn't go poking my nose in other people's business. I shouldn't be doing this, that, the other. I get that. I understand that. I'm a visitor here. But when I'm staying at this person's house, you know, me and my group of friends are at this person's house and we're drinking and we're partying and we're having a good time. And even before it gets to the point where everyone is like sort of like blackout drunk and whatnot, we're still just semi-lucid and having a good time, but we can see that sort of energy manifesting between the husband and the wife, where it's starting to feel very kind of, I don't know, 10th century man owns woman and you do what I say type vibe when we're living in 2025. You just feel that sort of energy and it's like, I don't quite like this. Then to find out, oh, he's actually beating her, he's actually abusing her, and one of your friends is concerned, genuinely concerned, like, this is what I saw. This is what I saw. And I'm telling you this not to gossip. I'm telling you this because I'm worried. I'm concerned. Someone should do something. And like, yes, sometimes intervening can make matters worse, depending on how it's done, who's it. But yes, sometimes it can make matters worse. But that just mentality of everyone in the cast right now, where it's like, meh, just don't get involved in other people's business. It in my head, it just seems wild. It seems like a wild notion that many people, but also it's not necessarily uncommon, because like how many times, how many situations where there has been some sort of domestic violence happening in a household or whatnot, whether it's a small town or a big city or whatever it is, how many times has something gone down where the neighbors hear what's going on, but they're like, it's not my house, I shouldn't get involved. It's not that it's not my problem, but it's like, I shouldn't get involved in other people's business. And it's like, that's far more common than it should be. And I understand it to a certain extent, but there's also that part of me that's like, what will it take? Like, how many more times of this happening will it take before someone does it? Like, do we have to find out that the person was beaten to death in order for something to happen, in order for someone to call somebody, or for somebody to try and step in and intervene? Is that when we have to? So it's like, it's a very touchy subject. It's a very touchy subject. And it's just one of those things where I'm like, a lot of the characters' viewpoints towards this situation left a bad taste in my mouth. I guess that's the best way I can say it. It left a bad taste in my mouth, where I'm like, it felt like there were too many of them who weren't necessarily afraid to help. They were just ready to just push it away and just be like, ignore it. Like, I could understand it being the case where, like, I want to help, but I don't know how. I'm not from here. I'm a kid. What am I going to do? I can understand not knowing how to help, but still wanting to help. But it felt like there were too many people who were just ready to just like, I don't want to help. This is not my business and I don't want to help. That's fine. That's over there. You stay over there with that. And I'm like, that makes me less sympathetic towards these characters that I'm really supposed to be liking. These are supposed to be my likable and protagonist, and you're making them kind of unlikable people for me right now. I'm like, Jet, very much so. And I'm like, friend, oh, this is not a good look for you. This episode is not a good look for you, friend. I don't like this for you. And then again, the whole idea, I know Khem is an eternal optimist, sunshine twink, because with everything that's been going on with him in his entire life, I guess, sometimes the most troubled people are the people who are smiling the biggest or have the sunniest dispositions to the world and this that. So like, I get it. He is this eternal optimist because he has to be. Because if he wasn't, he probably would have unalived himself a long time ago with everything that's going on with himself. So he has to be an eternal optimist. So I get that. But the idea that we're going to write his dialogue to say, yeah, because of you, they've rekindled their love. And I'm like, no, they didn't. No, you even saying that. No, baby, no. Oh, someone please take this sweet summer child and explain to him why explain everything that is wrong with the words that just left his lips. No, baby, no. So I was kind of glad when they were riding the bike back that the sexy shaman was like, sometimes love is not enough. because Topher has been preaching this throughout BL reactions for years. As much as I would love it for it to be the case where being in love is enough to sustain a relationship long term, sometimes love is just not enough. Sometimes it's just not. Sometimes people are just incompatible. Sometimes they're incompatible for a short amount of time and they need to be away from each other. Sometimes they are compatible for a short amount of time and they're just not meant to be together long term. Sometimes love is just not enough. You may love a person with all your heart and soul and you just cannot work together as a relationship, and that is a fact of life. So I'm glad that the Exorcist was like, you know, it's not about love. Sometimes love just is not enough. Sometimes people just that is not the situation here, little boy. You are being a 5-year-old child in your thinking right now, and I need you to grow the fuck up because that is not what the situation is right now. He said it in other words, but that's essentially how I took what the sexy shaman was saying. I'm like, thank you. Thank God someone has sense. Thank God someone has sense. You and Glasses. Because Glasses, again, he was not in a position to help directly, but he tried. He's like, I'm going to go to someone in this village who may be able to make a difference or who may be able to investigate so that a difference can be made. He tried, and I appreciate him. And like I said, when they showed like the aura floating around the husband, and Khem's like, I think he's possessed. I'm like, please don't tell me this episode's trying to tell me that he was beating on his wife because he was possessed by a demon, because I can tell you right now that did not look like demon possession. That just looked like an asshole abusive husband. And I was right. It was not demon possession. He was just an asshole human being beating on his wife. That's all it was. And the wife was possessed. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe we let her finish her job before we just, exorcise this demon. Maybe we let her finish the job first. Just me. But yeah, outside of that, things that my brain is playing with story-wise. One, they gave us a flashback to Khem and I can't remember sexy shaman's name, but them in the past, in like 1939 or whatnot. So some sort of past life, red thread of fate, intertwining, and now we're being reborn and we're meeting again sort of thing happening. And they only gave us a very brief moment, but I imagine since they gave us that brief moment, we're going to be getting more flashbacks to fill in storyline as the series goes on. But they also, one of the ghosts was like, my mistress or my master was wronged, and did she get retribution or whatever terminology they used. So that tells me that this ghost who is haunting not just Khem but his entire bloodline is they're showing me that particular point in time for a reason. So I'm assuming the origination of this curse started with that version of Khem, that female version of Khem. Something happened between her and this woman when she was alive. I'm gonna say it has something to do with love. Maybe she was Pawat in the past. Maybe it was Pawat's fiance. Arranged marriage, but he found his heart loving Khem, and she didn't like that. Hell hath no fear is a woman scorned. You broke my heart. I'm gonna curse your entire bloodline. I'm gonna curse everyone in your family tree. It could be something like that. It could be, there's some sort of love rival element that I'm sensing from this. I don't think Khem's character intended to be part of this love rival triangle thing potentially that's going to happen. I feel like it is a very one-sided hate that is coming from this woman, this master woman. But also she said there are people who wronged her, so maybe it's not just a love triangle thing. Maybe there's something else that goes along with the love triangle. Maybe it's like I said, maybe she's a fiance and it's a cheating storyline and her heart was broken. Maybe there's some political element to it, or some sort of societal, you know, my mansion was ruined, my reputation was ruined, and I lost my money, my family. I don't know. They could go a lot of different directions. But there is that very direct connection now that they're giving us between Khem and Pawat, or Paran, present day, and why his grandpa couldn't break the curse, but why he is going to be the one to ultimately be able to break this curse in the end. We're setting up something. Yes, bloodline torture for cheating is crazy. That seems too long for punishment, not gonna lie. Yes, but would I put it past people in TV and movies? No, absolutely not. Because people are petty. Yes. So yes, I absolutely could see that being the case. Like, you broke my heart, so I'm gonna break your entire bloodline. Granted, there's probably more to the story, and we're gonna get more flashbacks to fill in those blanks, but my brain is spinning at the possibilities of how these little plot threads could connect. And depending on how they choose to connect these plot threads will determine a lot about my feelings of the series going forward. It could end up being a really great puzzle and the series could be incredible, or it could be another series that shall remain nameless. We don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But yes, episode 2, all in all, was very enjoyable. The abuse storyline had some issues for me, but outside of that, I found the episode still enjoyable. I was still, laser focused on what was happening on my screen. Sexy shaman. That man. That neck. That long neck into that collarbone. That man is beautiful. Yes, praise Jesus. Hallelujah. Amen. But yes, that he is very much on that list of beautiful actors for me to simp for. Like I was saying at the top of this when we were doing our Boobs Button Bratwurst Battle, I'm so happy to have Oppo back on my screen because that is a beautiful man. That is a beautiful brown man. And there's something just so incredibly intoxicating about that man. His beautiful skin contrasting with that raven black hair and just the beauty that is his face and his body, and he smiles and and that he wears clothes and just like, and then he doesn't wear clothes. I'm like, it's just one of those things. So we can, I'm not gonna add Sexy Shaman quite on that same level of simping yet, but he's on his way. He's on his way to that sort of level of simping. I'm on my way. He's still a little young for me. He's still a little young. He still feels a little juvenile. But, like, to me, he's beautiful. But he's not quite like, oh, this is a man. Like, I'm not getting that, man-ness yet. He still feels like, ooh, that is a beautiful boy. That is a beautiful boy. Where Oppo, I'm like, that's a man. Oof. Hurting me. Yes. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. That was episode 2, friends. So now, how old is Kang? I don't know.